Welcome to the channel. I'm the host. This is A Different Liberal. I will always keep it real with you guys, no hesitation. So let's get into it. So today, Nancy Mace wants to pass a bill restricting transgendered women using the women's restroom. I wonder why now. I wonder why she wants to do this now. Let's see.
So the question is, with your piece of legislation about banning women from using...
100% yes.
My question to you is...
And it doesn't go far enough. I'll be filing more bills.
You have said that it was created in response to Congresswoman-elect McBride.
100%.
But should legislation be created targeted at one specific person?
It doesn't mention anyone in the legislation, but
you've said it was aimed at her.
No, I have said it's a result of this.
Oh, so which is it? Is it because you said Sarah McBride is not the target? Now you're saying that she is the reason you're putting the bill forward. You're not a serious politician. It's always culture wars with you and your party. Also, side note, I don't know if you know this, Nancy, but every time you talk to the American people, this is what we see.
You are a big bad boy, aren't you, darling? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? You are.
I'm not going to allow biological men into women's private spaces. I will stand in the brink and stand in the way of anyone on the radical left who thinks that it's okay for a penis to be in a women's locker room or a bathroom or a changing room. Hell no.
Let's be clear. The party that was focused on culture wars, the party that was focused on trans people, was the Republican Party. It was Donald Trump. It was the $100 million, $200 million that they spent on television ads. But I want to be clear, I do not believe, from what I've seen in Delaware, that voters in my state were responding to those attacks. Delaware is in the Philadelphia media market, so we were seeing those ads that Donald Trump clearly prioritized and focused in with regard to the culture wars. What I was hearing from voters across the state of Delaware, my district is urban, suburban, and rural. It looks like America. And what I was hearing was not the ads that Donald Trump was putting on the air. What I was hearing from folks is the need to build an economy that works for everyone. What I was hearing was that the American dream is increasingly unaffordable and inaccessible. What I was hearing was that we need to guarantee affordable health care, housing, and childcare for every person in this state and in this country. That's what I was hearing. That's what I was campaigning on.
Sarah McBride would definitely look out for everyone. This is the kind of person we need in our political field right now. Like Sarah said, can we base shit on our ideas and not culture war shit? It's over. Like, that culture war shit is played out. Like, let's help the American people for once. Sarah's got it right. Sorry, Coella, this isn't your time.
I'm not going to stand for it, and the Speaker said it would be in the House Rules package. If it's not, I'll be ready with a motion, a privileged motion, to force a vote on this. This is not okay. I'm a survivor of rape. I'm a survivor of sexual abuse, and I'm not going to allow any man in any female private spaces.
Now, Speaker,
I don't think your party should be the one to bring that up, but carry on.
Stephen, Natasha, that's right. We just got the verdict, and they found President Trump liable for battery in the sexual abuse case against E.J. Carroll. Now, this is day 9 of the trial. The deliberations began this morning just before noon, and it took over just 2.5 hours for deliberations. This was a civil battery and defamation lawsuit against former President Trump. The jury had to consider if Carroll's allegations that Trump raped her at a department dressing room in 1996 and defamed her.
Whatever you say, Cruella. Now here's a politician looking out for everyone and not worried about culture war issues.
This election, this result, reinforces what I've seen throughout my life, which is that Delawareans are fair-minded, and that in our state of neighbors, we judge candidates based on their ideas and not their identities. I ran on my track record of bipartisan results in the Delaware State Senate, passing paid family and medical leave and the largest investment in our state's Medicaid program since the Affordable Care Act passed, and on what I would do in Congress, and that's to focus on bringing down costs facing families, to provide affordable housing, childcare, and health care to every single one of my neighbors. And voters responded to that, even with all of the anti-trans ads. I wasn't hearing about them on the trail. What I was hearing about is the need to make the American dream more affordable and accessible for everyone. Look, Democracy only works if we're willing to not only have conversation across disagreement, but work across disagreement. I'm proud that during my time in the Delaware General Assembly, nearly every bill that I introduced and passed with bipartisan support. So I'm ready to roll up my sleeves, dive into the details, and work with anyone who's willing to work with me to help Delaware. Now, obviously, given the results of the election, that's often going to mean standing up to the Trump-Vance administration and their attempt to undermine workers and retirees in this country. But where there are opportunities to find common ground, sometimes on the issues outside of the headlines, leader in the state Senate to expand access to oral health care in rural communities. I'd love to continue to work on issues that matter to Delawareans in urban, suburban, and rural areas across the state of Delaware. And I'm going to look for those opportunities on a whole host of issues that make a real difference in the lives of my constituents. They might fall outside the traditional ideological and partisan battle lines.
Over a man's right to be in a women's restroom.
Speaker Johnson has said he wants to treat every new member with the words dignity and respect. Forcing this congressperson to go into a male restroom, is that dignity and respect?
Forcing women to share private spaces with men is not dignity and not respect. And I'm absolutely going to stand in the way of anyone who thinks it's okay for a man to be in our locker room, in our changing rooms, in our dressing rooms, in women's bathrooms.
Any way you want. Poison them, drown them, bash them on the head. Got any chloroform? I don't care how you kill the little beast, just do it, and do it now!
And in fact, if you agree with that, you're crazy, because that's not okay. It's not okay.
Thanks for checking out the video. You guys know what to do. Subscribe, help it reach more people. I am the host, and this has been A Different Liberal. Peace.